What do you do when you find out that your new doll is possessed by the devil? You can't just take it back to the store for an exchange or a refund. There's no return policy for that particular product. Hi, I'm your host, and today we're going to be taking a look at the terrifying tale behind one of horror's most famous possessed dolls, Malthus. In 1906, a young woman named Mabel Walker was working as a nurse in a Boston hospital when she met a patient who would change her life forever. The patient was a kind, elderly woman named Mary Lee, who suffered from schizophrenia. After Mary passed away, Mabel inherited her entire estate, which included a large house in the town of Reading, Massachusetts. A few months after moving into her new home, Mabel began to experience strange phenomena. She heard footsteps and voices, felt unexplained pain, and saw the apparition of a little girl with long, flowing hair. Then one day, while exploring the attic, Mabel came across an old wooden doll dressed in a Victorian nightgown. As soon as she laid eyes on the doll, Mabel felt an overwhelming sense of dread and knew that she had to get rid of it. But before she could do so, the doll mysteriously vanished. After that, Mabel started seeing the little girl apparition more frequently. She even began communicating with the ghost, who told her name was Annabelle. Over time, the ghost's presence grew stronger and more malevolent, causing Mabel to become increasingly disturbed. She tried everything to make the ghost go away, including throwing salt over her shoulder, but nothing worked. As a last resort, Mabel turned to the local priest for help. He performed an exorcism, but it only made things worse. The ghost became more violent, shaking the bed and even attacking Mabel. Eventually, the priest gave up and left, and Mabel was left to fend for herself. With no one to turn to, Mabel began to lose her mind. She started talking to the doll like it was a living person and even dressed it up in fine clothes. Then one night, she was found dead in her bed with the doll by her side. Some say she died of a heart attack, while others believe she was killed by the demon. Annabelle was placed in a glass case in the Warrens' Occult Museum, where it remains to this day. But its story doesn't end there. Years later, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren were called to a home in Connecticut to investigate reports of a demonic presence. The family who lived there had recently purchased a vintage doll from an antique store, and they believed it was cursed. Little did they know, that doll was none other than Malthus. When the Warrens arrived, they immediately sensed that something was wrong. As they investigated further, they discovered that the doll was possessed by a demon named Moloch, who had been sealed inside it. Somehow the seal had been broken, and Malicious was now free to roam the earth. Ed and Lorraine tried to stop Malice, but it was too late. The demon had already possessed the youngest daughter and was using her body to wreak havoc. In a desperate attempt to save the girl, Lorraine performed an exorcism, but as she cast the demon out of the child, it transferred straight into Malthus. The doll began to levitate and shake violently, and then it spoke in a voice that chilled the family to the bone. It taunted them, telling them that they couldn't get rid of it, and that it would be with them forever. Then it vanished into thin air, never to be seen again. Or was it? Some say that Malice still possesses the doll and is waiting for its next victim. Perhaps one day it will find a new host and wreak havoc once again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe for more horrifying tales.